Hi CPC folks, as promised in my last video, the next update from the Blue Pill based CPC expansion card project won't take long, and indeed here it is. Now, if you followed the breadcrumbs that I laid out in my previous videos, that is not a complete surprise to you. So what this is going to be is a MIDI device for the CPC. And we now have the fabulous S2 DreamBlaster synthesizer module connected here to the 3-volt UART of the Blue Pill. So the data that it receives from the CPC over the data port, over the data bus, is echoed to the Blue Pill. And that basic program simply plays it, the scale, right? All the notes from 0 to 120. And the S2 has lots of instruments loaded. It's a full-blown general MIDI module, and it sounds really great. You can get it from Serdashop, and it's also not very expensive. It's like $35 or something like that. And then I also have the MIDI feather connected here from Adafruit. This is another MIDI output, and currently the firmware is wired up in such a way that every byte it receives from the CPC over the data bus is being echoed to the 3-volt UART, to the S2 MIDI module, as well as to the MIDI feather MIDI output. And I can also connect this to my Roland sound canvas module. So let me just plug the audio into the sound canvas here, right? And then the same experiment also works with the sound canvas. If I turn up the volume, oops. Can change instruments, of course. So yeah, this is what it is. So it's going to be a CPC MIDI only device, and the idea is, of course, that I'll have to solder as little as possible. So my PCB for the CPC will basically only have one chip, which is the address decoder, the GAL22V10 here. Then there will be one slot for the Blue Pill, one slot for the S2, and one slot for the Adafruit MIDI feather module. And so yeah, depending on what folks want to do with that, whether they need MIDI in and MIDI out, they can either plug in the MIDI feather module or not, right? So minimally, of course, for a MIDI sound card for the CPC, you'll need the Blue Pill and the S2 module, but that should result in the best sounding MIDI module available for the CPC line of computers. So I'm also still thinking about making a non-module based version, especially since we are working together with partners which are hardware designers and sound hardware designers. So it might even be possible to basically put all that hardware, all the chips, all the circuitry that's on the modules on a custom PCB, depending on demands and interest and you know, time and other factors. But yeah, this is what it's going to be. Thanks for watching.